Hello students, in today's class let us continue with exercise 4.3. In last class we have solved quadratic equations based on completing the squares and quadratic formula by using quadratic formula. So in today's class let us going to continue with the remaining statement problems. So I am going to help you out in framing the equations and I am going to leave the problem to you. You need to solve it. Again, the solving part depends on you. You can use any of the method, either factorization or completing the squares or quadratic formula. You can solve the obtained quadratic equation and you can get the solution. Right? Let us move on to the fourth question. We stopped with the third question in the last class. The sum of the reciprocals of Rahman's ages in years 3 years ago and 5 years from now is 1/3. Find his present age. So age related problem we are very much familiarized with it. So find his present age. So let us assume let Rahman's present age be x. So what is given? Sum of the reciprocals of Rahman's age 3 years ago and 5 years from now. First find what Rahman's age will be 3 years ago, would have been 3 years ago, and what Rahman's age will be 5 years from now. Ago means we will subtract, from now means we will add. So this will become x minus 3, this will become x plus 5. Then what we should do with these two? Sum of the reciprocal. So first we should reciprocate it and then we should add, that will give you 1/3. Yes, now let us see how we can write this. See, let Rahman's present age be x years. So 3 years ago his age will be x minus 3. 5 years from now his age will be x plus 5. Therefore from the question what they have given? Sum of their reciprocals. So what is reciprocal of x minus 3? 1/x minus 3. Sum, so plus 1/x plus 5 equals to is 1/3, right? So the same sort of problem we have solved in third question. How you will solve this? Take LCM, cross multiply it, obtain the quadratic equation and then you have to solve. So if we take LCM, what you will get? X minus 3 into x plus 5. So you have to multiply this numerator with x plus 5 plus here we need to multiply it by x minus 3, which is equal to 1/3. So what will happen? Here it is plus, so x plus x will become 2x plus 5 minus 3 will become plus 2 divided by term you have to multiply. X into x is x square plus x into 5 is 5x minus 3 into x is minus 3x plus into minus is minus, 5 3s are 15, which is equal to 1/3, right? Now what will happen now? Simplify it further. 2x plus 2 divided by x square plus 5x minus 3x is plus 2x minus 15, which is equal to 1/3. Now cross multiply it. We need to multiply 2x plus 2 entirely by 3, which is equal to 1 into x square plus 2x minus 15. You have to multiply term by term, don't forget. So 6x plus 3 2s are 6, which is equal to x square plus 2x minus 15. So bring all these terms to the other side. X square plus 2x minus 15 plus 6x, if I bring it to the other side it will become minus 6x plus 6, if you bring it to the other side it will become minus 6 equal to 0, right? So x square, add the like terms, plus and minus, so it will become minus 6 minus 2 is 4x, then this you have to add, so minus, because both are minus, right? So 15 plus 6 is 21 equal to 0. This is the required quadratic equation. Now what you should do? You have to solve this. How will you solve this? You can go with factorization. Minus 21. So 7 3s are, shall we go? So that when you add or subtract you will get 4. Since it is minus, one should be plus, other should be minus. So I am assigning this as minus, this as plus, because the middle term is minus. So x square minus 7x plus 3x minus 21 equal to 0. Take common from first two term and the next two term. X minus 7 plus 3 into x minus 7 equal to 0. So x minus 7 into x plus 3 equal to 0. So what is the value of x now? X equal to 7 or x equal to minus 3. How I got this? Equating each factor to 0. Since x is the age of Rahman, age can't be in negative. Therefore, x should be equal to 7. So this implies Rahman's present age is 7 years. Right? Hope you understood. This is very easy problem only. As usual, you have to state your equation and then try to solve it. I have solved by factorization method. You can adopt your own method and then you can get your answer. Right? Let us see the next question. In a class test, the sum of Shefali's mark in mathematics and English is 30. The sum of Shefali's marks in mathematics and English is 30. Had she got 2 marks more in mathematics and 3 marks less in English, the product of their marks would have been 210. Find her marks in these two subjects. So again, you can assume her marks in maths as x and English as y, and then you can find y in terms of x. Then you can proceed with your problem. Okay, or else initially itself, since we are dealing with the quadratic equation in one variable, you can assume initially itself with the relation. See, sum of Shefali's marks in maths and English is 30. So which means if we assume her marks in maths as x, then English will be 30 minus x. In that way also you can assume, right? Then you can proceed with the problem. Let us see how we can do this. So let Shefali's marks in maths and English be x and y respectively. Then it is given the sum of their marks is 30. So x plus y equal to 30, which implies y equal to 30 minus x. Now in the question it is given, had she got 2 marks more in maths. So the marks in more we have assumed it as x. So 2 marks more in maths, so x plus 2, and 3 marks less in English. English we have assumed it as y. So y minus 3. Y minus 3 because it is less in English. The product of their marks would have been equal to 210. Hope you understood. Had she got 2 marks more in maths and 3 marks less in English, their product would have been 210. Right? But we are not interested in two variables, right? So that's why we found y in terms of x. So replace y in terms of x. So this will become x plus 2 into, in place of y we are going to write 30 minus x minus 3, which is equal to 210. Right? So which is nothing but x plus 2 into 30 minus 3 is 27 minus x, which is equal to 210. Now go with term by term multiplication. So it will become 27x plus into minus is minus x square plus 27 into 2 is 54. Then plus into minus is minus 2x, which is equal to 210. Right? Now add the like terms, 27 minus 2. So minus x square, 27 minus 2 will become plus 25x. Plus 54 minus 210 equal to 0. Right? So minus x square plus 25x. If you subtract 54 from 210, what you will get? 10 minus 4 you will get 6. This will become 9. 9 minus 5 is 4. So 146 equal to 0. Since we have minus as the coefficient of x square, you can divide throughout by minus. Sorry. So this will become x square minus 25x plus 146 equal to 0. Now you have to solve this quadratic equation by any of your own method. See, if you see this quadratic equation, the values are bigger. If you find difficult to get the appropriate values or for x by factorization method, you can go with quadratic formula, minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Using that method, you can easily get the answer if you find it difficult to know the values. Right? If you find difficult to find the two split ups, you can go with the quadratic formula. Right? I am leaving this problem to you. You need to simplify it further. Let us move on to the next question. And one more thing is, here is, since this question is also related with marks, if you get x value, suppose one of the x value as negative, you can ignore it and you can go with a positive value, because in the question they didn't give any negative marking and all. Suppose if you get both are positive values, then you can accordingly find the other subject marks. Suppose for example, I am telling if you get the x as 3 and 4, then you can take if x equal to 3, then what will be English marks? If x equal to 4, what will be the English mark? Respectively, you can find in both the cases and you can give your solution. Right? Let us move on to the next question now. Sorry ma, last problem it's not 146, it's 156 because it's 210, right? So correct it. Now let us see the next problem. A diagonal of a rectangular field is 60 meters more than the shorter side. If the longer side is 30 meters more than the shorter side, find the sides of the field. They are talking about a rectangular field and its diagonal. Then we need to find the sides of the field. Let us see how we can solve this now. Now see, this is the rectangular field. What is given? The diagonal of a rectangular field is 60 meters more than the shorter side. More than the shorter side. This is your shorter side, right? 60 meters more than your shorter side. If the longer side is 30 meters more than the shorter side, find the sides of the field. So everything, when you have a relation like this, you start from the last one. So let us assume, let the shorter side of the field be x. Let the shorter side of the field be x. Then what is given? Longer side is 30 meters more than the shorter side, which means if I take this as B and this is L, then longer side length is equal to 30 meters more than the shorter side. 30 meters more than the shorter side, right? Then it is given diagonal. This diagonal is 60 meters more than the shorter side. Shorter side we have taken it as x. Right? Now it is given diagonal is 60 meters more than the shorter side. Longer side is 30 meters more than the shorter side. And we have assumed shorter side as x. Now how can we relate this? How can we frame this as an equation? Now diagonal, see, we know angle in each angle in a rectangle is 90 degree. So what is this? This is a right triangle. What you know about a right triangle? We know Pythagoras theorem, right? You can name it A, B, C, D, right? If you want, you name this. Since A, B, C, D is a rectangle, each angle is 90 degree. Therefore, in triangle ABC, BC square equal to AB square plus AC square by what? Pythagoras theorem. By Pythagoras theorem, right? Now what is BC? BC is nothing but your diagonal. What is your diagonal? 60 plus x the whole square, which is equal to, what is your AB? AB is your longer side, which is 30 plus x. So 30 plus x the whole square plus AC is your shorter side, which we have assumed it as x, so x square, right? Now simplify this and get your quadratic equation. Now how will you simplify? Expand. This is by a plus b the whole square identity. A square 6 6 are 36, 3600 plus b square x square plus 2ab, 2 into 60 into x. 2 into 60 will become 2 6 are 12, 120x, which is equal to, again the same way, a plus b the whole square. A square 900 plus b square plus 2 into 30 into x. So 60x plus x square. How we got this x square? This x square. Now this side one x square, this side one x square will get cancelled. Now bring all the like terms together and simplify it. So after simplifying the like terms, we got our equation as x square minus 60x minus 2700 equal to 0. Now you can solve this by any one of your favorite method and get the values of x. And as I told you for the previous problem, whichever problem you are solving, whenever it comes to quadratic, you will get two values for x. After arriving at two values of x, you have to analyze the question. If suppose if you get one positive and one negative value, and according to the context which you are solving, if the negative value is not applicable, you can omit that value by stating that the length cannot be in negative, age cannot be in negative, marks cannot be in negative. Likewise, you can state and omit the negative value and you can take only the positive value, and you can find appropriately if you want to find some other value, or else you can state this is the answer and you can leave it. Suppose if you get two values, two positive values, or which is appropriate to the context which you are solving, you have to state the value of x can be this or that. Okay, your final conclusion is very, very important. Hope you understood what I am trying to explain, right? Yes, let us move on to the next question now. Let us see the next question, 7th one. The difference of squares of two numbers is 180. The square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. Find the two numbers. Since here they are talking about smaller and larger number, let us make our assumption as such. Let the smaller number be x and larger number be y. Right? Then what happens? We need to frame our equation. Let us see. Say now we have assumed smaller and larger number be x and y respectively, which means smaller number we have assumed it as x and larger number we have assumed it as y. Now what is given in the question? The difference of squares of two numbers. Difference of squares of two numbers. When we talk about difference, we will write larger number only first. Which is larger number here? Y. So y square, obviously when a number is larger, its square only will be larger, right? So y square minus x square, which is equal to 180. The difference of squares of two numbers is 180. The square of the smaller number, which is smaller number x. So square of the smaller number is equal to 8 times the larger number, which is our larger number y. 8 times the larger number. So x square equal to 8y. This is what the information given. Again, we have solved the same type of question in our previous chapter as well. A pair of linear equations in two variables. Hope you remember. So in your question paper, you won't get questions stating that this question is from pair of linear equation, this question is from quadratic equations. You won't get questions like that. They will give just a statement and you need to find the value. So it depends on you, how are you going to solve the problem, either taking it as a pair of linear equation or quadratic equation. When it comes to problems of this kind, since it involves square and all, you cannot make it as a linear equation, and there you will get a clue that it belongs to quadratic equation. Suppose if you have linear problems, you can solve it by pair of linear equations as well if you have enough information in the question for two equations. right? Now come back to this. So we got x square equal to 8y. We are not interested in two variable. So replace this x square as 8y. So substituting in 1, substituting 2 in 1, what we will get? Y square minus, instead of x square we are going to write 8y, which is equal to 180. So easily we got our quadratic equation. Now solve this and get the answer for y. Once you know what is y, substitute in any of these equations and find what is your x. Right? I am leaving this to you again. You need to solve this problem. As I told you, if you get a negative value, according to the context of the problem, you see whether to omit or you can include that value, right? Let us see the next problem now. Next problem is our favorite train speed distance related problem. A train travels 360 km at a uniform speed. If the speed had been 5 km per hour more, it would have taken 1 hour less for the same journey. Find the speed of the train. We are used to these kind of problems, right? We can easily solve it. So it is given the distance is 360 km and we know speed into time will give you the distance. They asked you to find the speed, so we have assumed speed as x kilometer. Now what information is given? If the speed had been 5 km more, so x plus 5 speed into time. Time related to time, what information they have given? It would have taken 1 hour less for the journey. It would have 1 hour less. So t minus 1. T minus 1, which is equal to the distance travelled, which is 360 kilometer. Right, which is equal to 360 kilometer. Now again we are not interested in two variables. We don't want this t here. We need this t also in terms of x. So how can you write from here? Time is nothing but distance by speed. So replace this time by distance by speed. So x plus 5 into, instead of time I am going to write distance by speed. What is your distance? 360 divided by speed, we have assumed it as x minus 1 equal to 360. That's it. Now x plus 5 into, take your LCM as x, 360 minus, if you multiply it will become x, which is equal to 360. Right? I told this point already while solving problem. Remember, these are two terms under multiplication. So you should not think that taking LCM you have to multiply this x with x. No. This means the common denominator only. This is like x plus 5 into 360 minus x divided by x equal to 360. Yes. Now bring this x to the other side and keep multiplying term by term. So you will get 360x minus x square plus 5 into 360. 5 6 are 30, remainder 3, 5 3s are 15 plus 3, 18. Then 5 into x minus 5x equal to 360x. So here also one 360x, here also one 360x, it will get cancelled. So our required equation is minus x square minus 5x plus 1800 equal to 0. This can also be rewritten as x square plus 5x minus 1800 equal to 0. So problems of this kind can be solved using quadratic formula to get your answer easily, because 1800 you have to sit and think, right? Which two numbers if you multiply you will get 1800, if you add or subtract you will get 5x. But 1800 is little bit easier because it ends with 0. So it's up to you, you can solve it by factorization or by quadratic formula, right? I am leaving this to you. Let us see how we can frame the equation for the next problem. Now let us solve the next problem, which is very important, where you will come across even during competitive exams. Understand the question properly and then solve. Two water taps together can fill a tank in 9 3/8 hours. The tap of larger diameter takes 10 hours less than the smaller one to fill the tank separately. Find the time in which each tap can separately fill the tank. Right? So what is given? There are two taps which fills the tank together in 9 3/8 hours and separately in some ratio they are filling. So find the time in which each tap can separately fill the tank. So this is like a problem which we did, work done by a boy and a man together. So what we did, we found work done by a man, a boy, and then we added together, right? The same way only we are going to solve this problem as well. So let us see how we can do this now. Now let us see how we can solve this. Let the time taken by a smaller pipe to fill the tank be x hour, and hence the time taken by larger pipe be x minus 10 hour. Why it is x minus 10? Because it is given in the question the tap of larger dimension takes 10 hours less than the smaller one. So we have taken x minus 10. Now they asked you to find the time in which the can separately fill the tank. So we need to find x in this question, right? And now what are we going to do is, we are going to find how much part of the tank is filled by the smaller pipe in 1 hour. The same way as we did in men and women combined together to do a job. What we will do, work done by one man, we used to find out, right? The same way, part of tank filled by smaller pipe in 1 hour. How much it will be? 1 by x. Why it is 1 by x? Can you make out? See, time taken by the smaller pipe to fill the entire tank be x hours. So time is x hours, and the the tank level or part of tank is full. Full we will take it as 1, right? So in x hours the full tank is filled. The entire tank is filled. So in 1 hour how much part of the tank will be filled? 1 by x, right? This how only we solved. So in 1 hour 1 by x part of the tank will be filled. The same way by similarly by larger pipe, how much? By larger pipe in 1 hour how much it will be? 1 by x minus 10, right? Now it is given in the question 2 taps together can fill. 2 taps together fill in 9 3 by 8 hours, which means total time equal to, this is in mixed fraction, so convert it into improper. 8 9s are 72, 72 plus 3 is 75 by 8 hours. But we need to know part of pipe filled by both the taps in 1 hour, because we found in 1 hour only. Smaller pipe we found in 1 hour, larger pipe also in 1 hour. So we need to know how much time will be taken by both the taps together to fill the tank in 1 hour. It will be again the reciprocal of this, right? The same argument. We told in 75 by 8 hours the entire tank is filled. Now we need to know in 1 hour how much tank will be filled. It will be 1 divided by 75 by 8. So this will 8 go to the numerator. Therefore it is 8 by 75. This is time and this is part of tank, right? So the part of tank filled by smaller pipe in 1 hour is 1 by x. Larger pipe in 1 hour is 1 by x minus 10. Both the pipes together in 1 hour is 8 by 75. So how you can make your equation now? 1 by x plus 1 by x minus 10 equal to 8 by 75. And now you know how to frame your quadratic equation, right? How you will frame? You will take LCM, cross multiply it, then you will get your quadratic equation. I am leaving the problem to you, you need to complete it. Let us move on to the next question. Let us see the next problem. It is again our favorite one related to speed. An express train takes 1 hour less than a passenger train to travel 132 km between Mysore and Bangalore without taking into consideration the time they stop at intermediate stations. if the average speed of the express train is 11 km per hour more than that of the passenger train, find the average speed of the two trains. So as usual, let us assume the average speed of the passenger train as our variable x. See, let the average speed of the passenger train be x km per hour. Then the average speed of the express train will be x plus 11. Why? Because it is given in the question, average speed of the express train is 11 km more than the passenger train, right? Now we know speed into time is distance covered and the total distance is 132 km. Now what is given? An express train takes 1 hour less than a passenger train to travel 132 km. Now the relationship is between the time taken, right? Now what is time taken formula? Time is distance by speed. Now let us denote T dash be the time taken by the express train. T dash is time taken by express train and TB time taken by passenger train. Okay, then what is the question? Now according to the question, what is given? Time taken by the express train, which is T dash, which is equal to 1 hour less than the time taken by the passenger train. So time taken by the passenger train minus 1. So what is time taken formula? Distance divided by speed. The distance is same for both express train as well as passenger train. But the speed of the passenger train is x plus 11, which is equal to 132 divided by speed of the passenger train is x minus 1. Right? Now bring these terms to like terms to one side, and if you want to make one as positive, you can bring one to this side and this to the other side. So it will become, I am going to bring one to this side and this to the other side. So it will become 1 equal to 132 divided by x minus 132 divided by x plus 11. Now you can take LCM and then cross multiply x into x plus 11. So this will become 132 into x plus 11 minus 132 into x, and this side it is going to be 1. Now if you cross multiply it, it will become x into x plus 11 equal to 132 into x plus 11 minus 132x, and further you can solve the problem, right? Let us see the last question. Now let us solve the last question. Sum of squares of two squares is 468 meter square. Difference of their perimeters is 24 meter. Find the sides of the two squares. So what can we do now? Let the side of the two squares be x and y respectively. Then what is given? Sum of the areas of two squares. What is area formula? A square. So sum of the areas. Sum of the area. So area of the first square will be x square. Area of the second square will be y square, which is equal to 468 meter square. But we are not interested in two variables. Anyhow, we need to write y in terms of x. Right? Now the next information what they have given. Difference of their perimeters. What is perimeter of a square? Perimeter of a square is sum of all the four sides. If it is going to be x, perimeter is 4x. So 4x minus 4y equal to 24 meter. You can write in any way because they didn't say the side of the first square is bigger, side of the second square is smaller. They didn't give about any information about the any comparison between the sides of the squares. So you can take it in any order. Now 4x minus 4y equal to 24. From this we can arrive what is x in terms of y or y in terms of x. Now divide throughout by 4. We will get x minus y equal to 4 6 are. Don't confuse with this m. These are units. So x minus y equal to 6 or x equal to 6 plus y. So I can write x as 6 plus y. So substitute in the first equation. Substitute in first equation. What will happen? In the place of x I should write 6 plus y. Be careful, it is 6 plus y the whole square. Why? Because it is x square. plus y square equal to 468. 468. Now you have to expand this using a plus b the whole square. So this will become 36 plus y square plus 2ab, 2 6 are 12y plus y square equal to 468. Right? Now this will become y square plus y square 2y square plus 12y plus 36 equal to 468. Now bring this 468 to the other side. Simplify it. You will get a quadratic equation. If it has a common factor, you can divide it and then find the answer for x. Sorry, y. Then you should not leave with that. You need to find what is x also. So that will give you the sides of the two squares, right? Hope you understood this problem. So with this, let us wind up today's class. So we have what we learnt in today's class. We learnt how to frame our quadratic equation and solve according to the situation which is given in the question. So today's homework will be do all the problems from exercise 4.3 from 5 to 11. All these problems I have done for you. I have framed the equation. Only the solution part, factorization part is left out. So you have to factorize and find the value of the unknown variable. Don't leave the problem by simply finding the value of the unknown variable, because there are problems where you need to find the value of another variable which is indirect in the question. For example, if you take the last question itself, after solving it, you should not solve the problem by finding the value of y. You have to find the value of x also, and at last you have to write, and hence the side of the two squares be this and this respectively. You have to give your conclusion, right? So your presentation also matters a lot. So complete all these problems and post it in the group, and if you have any doubt, contact me. Thank you, students.